2 years after I started writing this book, my father was diagnosed with Alzheimer's. As he withdrew from this world, and it's called The Man with No Borders, the borders of his mind are collapsing. And that's what happened to my father. And I started writing this book so that I could work through my own issues with my father and to say goodbye to him. What compelled me to write this book was a story that my father used to tell me when I was a boy, and it's always stuck with me. When I was growing up, my family was stationed in Spain. Believe it or not, northern Spain had very good salmon rivers, and dictators are wonderful for the fishing because they believe all the fish belong to them. When Franco fished, he would have Madrid close down the river 3 weeks before he showed up, so that when he fished, the fish were just like jumping in his lap. So my father knew this, and he would book the river immediately after Franco. And he was in that way guaranteed to have the second best fishing in all of Spain. And that story started The Man with No Borders. This story is about a man who left his home, goes out into the world, but then in order to die, he actually has to go back to where he was most happy in Spain as a boy. But it's really about family secrets, what your legacy is. It's really about fathers and sons and brothers and the relationship, and fishing. I'm starting to fish again, but after my father died, I couldn't fish for a few years. And in fact, we're going to fish on the Delaware now, and one of the last times I fished was about 5 years ago when I took my father fishing, and we went fishing on the west branch of the Delaware. Something about the river just kind of lets you be. When I was young, I talked my way into the home of the great Nobel Prize winner V.S. Naipaul. And at one point he said, "Richard, what do you write?" And I said something really superficial. And he said, "No, you write to tell the truth. You have to tell the truth." And that is what I've tried to do with this book. This is a very autobiographical novel, and so I'm scared of it coming out because it's so close to the bone. What gives me solace when I wake up at night is that if I wasn't uncomfortable about this book, then you haven't given enough of yourself. Whether you readers like this book or not, that's beyond my control, but that they'll say, he did give of himself. And that's all you can ask for.